I want to tell you a story. I have been a dungeon master for a game that I run with my friends for almost 5 years now. We go through lots of goofy moments, lots of sad moments, and lots of moments that are really both. This, what I'm illustrating right now, is one of those moments. You see, the party had just come to one of the player characters' home, an assimar druid named Magnus Briarwood. They were uncovering the mysterious death of his father from 5 years before, and had come to the realization that Magnus's uncle had put a hit on his father. The reason why remains a mystery to the players as of right now. During the session, they went back to Magnus's house to see if they could find a sword that Magnus's father had, a sword that remembers every battle it's ever been in. Things were going off the rails from what I had planned to do in the session, as I thought that they were gonna go straight for the heist of the uncle's tavern inn where they suspected the sword to be, but you know, you gotta flow when these things happen. So they were at the house, and then I got an idea. An idea that only a DM who loves to mess with her player characters can get. Since I had planned nothing to be at Magnus's home, since I didn't think that they would go there in the first place, I asked the player who plays Magnus a question. Hey, where did Magnus bury his father? He hesitantly replied that Magnus had buried his dad beneath the tree his home was by, looking at the small stream that ran back behind his house. I told him that as he looked out into the backyard, it seemed like there was a path of daisies leading back to the grave. While the other players searched the house to look for proof of Magnus's dastardly uncle's plans, I led the druid further and further back away from the party. I didn't have a stat block prepared, nor was I planning on doing a battle of any sort, since my players are much more into roleplay than they are fighting. But there was something waiting for him at his father's grave. There, on the headstone, was a message for a spell, written in Druidic, a language only Magnus and his long-lost mother knew how to read. He read the spell, and a man with a yellow, glowing aura appeared on top of the grave. Hello, son. His father assured him that his death was not his fault. Magnus's father had a chance to say goodbye and to wish his son well in life, telling him that he'd be waiting for him and his mother when their time was up. He also joked a little bit that Magnus should ask one of the other player characters out, Ishtar, the fire genasi. The players are engaged in real life, and as such, their players have massive crushes on each other. My players think it's hilarious and cute, and I always take advantage of that in the story. He said his final goodbye, and then he left, giving Magnus the location of the sword in his terrible uncle's bar. As Magnus walked away, wiping tears as he was coming out from behind the tree, he saw his party with their noses smooshed up against the window. Yeah, glowing people tend to draw a crowd, But my players could tell that this was a Magnus scene, so they backed off and just watched from afar. It was so silly and goofy. As soon as Magnus saw them, he started wiping his tears away, a little embarrassed to be crying so much. Honestly, it was good because most of the party members couldn't say much because they lost family members too. A rough time this party, but they can all trauma bond together. So, after the session ended, I had to draw the scene. At first I was only going to draw one picture, the picture of the party with their noses smushed up against the window, but I couldn't just leave it there. I had to go and make a little comic in the end because it wouldn't feel right to draw a Magnus scene and not have Magnus in it. I love playing D&D with this group of people. We all mesh really well and we have fun just goofing off while also talking about life and stuff. I'm so glad to have them in my life. And I wouldn't know what I'd do without them. Probably just, I don't know, go read more books alone in the corner of my room. Now, if only we could find a time each week that we could all meet together more often. D&D scheduling, it's the worst. Anyway, please like the video and subscribe for more drawings like these, and more stories about D&D, writing, as well as just books in general. I love drawing things that inspire me, and I'm sure there will be more drawings of Dungeons & Dragons scenes for both my campaigns in the future. That's right, I'm in 2 campaigns as of right now, and oh boy, it is taking over my drawing life. I'm also thinking about maybe drawing scenes in books that I really like so that I can talk about them in the future, as well as doing more bookish or storytelling crafts. I have a Book Nook kit that I really want to put together for a video. It's super cute, so subscribe to see that in the future. Till another funny, sad, cute scene comes up in my D&D campaigns, I'll see you later.